join Christine in saying this is my first time here.
Okay.
And I'm surprised how comfortable it feels to just be quiet.
Yes.
One question did come up to me today when I was sat on the bench. I was thinking, if this is what we are, why do we need our stories? Why? Does that make sense?
That's the story. The story starts by asking why. You see, that's the way it comes in and say, the thought comes in and say, hey, isn't it great we got rid of thoughts? Hey, isn't it great we got rid of thoughts? And you turn around and say, but who are you? I'm a thought. You with me? So don't touch it. Don't touch it, because the whys are always bringing up becauses. And the becauses are always subjective. So it's just because the information of the because is never objective, it's better not to count on it. Once you look into peace, you only want peace. You don't want reasons and understanding. Of course we can say, we have the story in order to suffer, therefore we look for peace. Yes, but it's like obvious, you understand? But what I'm trying to point at is that the moment you come here and you feel comfortable with yourself, you see, you feel comfortable with yourself, within yourself, then you will have a lot of things coming in that you don't notice, and they come in and you don't notice how quickly you pick them up. And those are the reasons why you feel that you're not stable in peace. And it's for you to find them out. And the most important things to find stability in the process of peace is to learn to say one thing. And some people take years to learn to say that thing. Some people take a minute. Some people take 2 weeks, 10 retreats. But all you need to learn is to say no. Which in our culture here is almost like swearing, no? To say no is like, how can you say no? It's better to say yes, maybe. So imagine if we say yes, maybe to our minds. Our mind gets the credit of the possibility. So we need to say no, and we need to learn to say no, because it has no end. It is never satisfied. The mind and the reasoning process is never reaching the end. It's something that sparks itself and it consumes its own fuel. So you need to understand that. You need to understand it clearly. And then you need to say no. And then the day you become subtle enough to break that pattern, the day you see that that's what I didn't know, that's what Satyananda taught me, that's the teaching I wasn't aware of, and that's why I was going in and out in circles, finding this endless feeling of inadequacy or lack of peace or constant judgment about me and my actions. When you say no, when you learn to say no, you become aware of the presence of the Master in you. The Master is consciousness, is yourself, is the purity of you. And you can only become aware of it when you say no to the rest. You see? It's like if you are with your beloved in a dance room and there are many dancers, but you're in love with one. Yes? And the rest don't distract you. But if you're in love with 2 or 3 or 4, then you know how it goes. And that's what happens. You're a little bit in love with the thought, you're a little bit in love with the future, you're a little bit in love with the past, you're a little bit in love with the story of you, you're a little bit in love with the story of you that you like more than the other one. You're a little bit in love with the story of who you may become. But your beloved is left alone. Because we haven't learned to say no. And I'm here to not point out that. I'm here to say that. Because this teaching is nothing you get online or in a book. Because otherwise it would be just a page. No. The name of the book would say, learn to say no. And the first page would say, just say it. That's the end. Then it's no teaching. You see, there's no book. Nobody can sell that book. Those who want to sell books, they put words and words, yeah? That's why we in the foundation, we have like 10 books now, and they're all ready to be printed, and I say, no, it's rubbish. It's just rubbish. I can't disagree more with them. I disagree with everything I say. Why should I fall in love with words if I'm in love with the self? It's as if you fall in love with the leaf that fall on the tree instead of being in love with the tree. And humbly, my intention is to be an example to you about how to say no. I know in my heart that if you learn that, you'll be in joy, you'll be in bliss, uninterrupted, indifferently of what you're going through, of what happens in your life. Indifferently from that, whatever happens, you experience bliss. And that sensation is undescribable. Because your mind will go bizarre, will go like, how could you have peace if you're in pain? How could you have peace if you're confused? How is it possible that I'm experiencing this peace and I'm hopeless? So they're all patterns that need to come up into the presence of consciousness to burn, you see. They're all preconceptions and assumptions that we've learned from others and we've decided somehow, somewhere within our life to believe in. It's our own private religion that we need to let go. It's like a religion because we obey, we are submitted. So, this is what I like to share with you. The endless questioning will keep on flowing. You see, and particularly if you answer. If you answer, it's more flow. But if you don't answer, it's kind of a little more shy. You know? It's a little bit more shy because it just starts to lose the ground of participation. Basically, the mind is not invited into self-awareness. It's not invited into analysis. It's not invited into confusion, into conclusions. It's not meant to be understood. Full stop. Yes. Yes. Speak, please speak. Let's go.
I just want to say thank you.
Yes, thank you. And that's beautiful. And during the retreats, practice this.